Photosensitivity warning. Small percentage of people may experience seizures exposed to certain lights, patterns, or images. So this is apparently supposed to give us an idea of what the fuck is going on in this Ghostwire Tokyo game. This master volume is apparently already set to half. So maybe it's just that intro that's really loud. Okay, let's jump in. Let's take a look what this is. Rinko. God damn it, Rinko. Erica. What? No one wants to talk about it. That's all on anyone's mind these days. Mysterious things are happening all around Shibuya. Sightings, attacks, disappearances, fear. How is a kid supposed to be a kid in a time like this? But honestly, Ryota never liked or was really like most kids. He's not usually glued to his phone all day. Ryota's concern is bring him to a mysterious case file posted online. It's titled The Kirigaoka Vanishing. He reads it to himself the best he can. Having tracked another report of dark fog in the area, I've arrived to find it had passed, leaving dreary rain hanging over the neighborhood. At the scene, all we found were clothes of a mother and son, left behind like two molted cicada shells. I never say cicada or cicada, depending on where you are, I guess, because we don't have them up here, so. It's hard to even imagine a parent and her child just gone, precious lives snuffed out forever. My heart sank knowing that I had failed to protect them. It was the worst feeling I ever felt. As if on cue, the rain started pouring down. Heavier and heavier it fell with each passing minute, but I couldn't be bothered to take out my umbrella. That's when the obvious culprits returned to the scene of the crime. A group of monsters. They had umbrellas of their own, as if rain followed them wherever they go. I was furious. I brought hell down on them at that very moment. They tried to protect themselves with the umbrellas, but I just kept pounding on them until they were battered and broken. I was so exhausted I could have fallen over at any moment, but my utter wrath kept me going. It's exactly what I feel like at work. As I picked up to leave, I still refused to open up my own umbrella. I just walked away, rain pouring and soaking me to the bone. KK. Unable to shake the idea that monsters are all around him, Ryota navigates on his phone to a document called The Marunouchi Vanishing. The language is complicated, but he works to understand it. It says, I got a tip on a missing woman from Marunouchi. When you've been a detective as long as I have, you tend to build up a big network of contacts. The story my contact told me was that they saw a woman one day when the fog rolled in. It blanketed the area and then poof, she was gone. Times like these make me wish a certain someone was around. Come to think of it, the fog and these disappearances set the scene for when I first met the rest of my crew. Everyone kept talking about folks just up and disappearing. I thought it was a load of horse shit. It wasn't until I met them, until my encounter, that I believed. Ever since then, I've been haunted by what I would have called hallucinations. Turns out being able to see spirits and monsters isn't fantasy movie nonsense after all. I guess I should be thankful, because otherwise I wouldn't have seen through that monster taking the form of the woman. He made a bunch of red orbs appear that chased me around, but I knew so long as I didn't let myself get surrounded, I'd be okay. She was a nightmare to look at, so I put her out of her misery. When I searched the scene, I spotted a woman's handbag, found a missing lady's ID cards in there. Then I came across some clothes that looked like they would have been hers. They were in a little pile, but the way they had fallen made it clear her body had just vanished. No mistaking whose handiwork it was either. I'd finally managed to get my hands on a solid enough lead to work with. KK. Could monsters really live among us? These case files say that yes, they absolutely can and do, according to this one. A lady called me about a missing person who vanished from the bathroom of her apartment. Usually I'd brush it off as another runaway, but after seeing crows circling above her apartment, I had a feeling there'd be more to this. The black stains on the front door verified my hunch. It turns out that I'm the only one that can see these black stains. The lady who lived there and showed me in made no signs of noticing it. She showed me the bathtub and gave me a play-by-play of what happened. Her boyfriend was taking a bath, longer than usual, so she went to the bathroom to check in on him. When she opened the door, her boyfriend was gone, and for a short instant, there was a reflection of an old shrine on the surface of the bathwater. I rubbed my fingers on the rim of the bathtub, and there was a transparent, sticky, slime-like substance on it. A reflection of shrine shone on the water's surface. I need to talk further with my team about the incident to see if this rings any bells. I purged the black stain on the front door and then left the scene. Poor lady. What will she do now? What can any of us do? KK. What? In these posts, the kid had found something, or rather someone. Someone called KK has been looking into monsters in this part of town. A believer, just like Ryota. So, social media would never lie, and that means KK is an expert. Maybe the expert in all things paranormal. There's only one thing left to do. Having pored over every story, posting grainy photo about local monsters he could, Ryota prepares to take action. I'm going to ask this KK guy to help. Just gotta figure out where he lives first. Dear Mr. Investigator Person. Dear Mr. Investigator Person, hello, how are you? I'm not good, I need your help. Monsters got my best friend, Sosuke. Rinku sits up in her chair. She zeroed in on one of the dozen monitors from across a makeshift command center stuffed in this cramped Tokyo apartment. It happened near the manhole. Please help me get him back. Data flies across the screens, seemingly too much. Charts and graphs, maps and mathematical equations, even social media feeds and open case files. Somehow through all these screens and all that clutter, Ryota's message catches Rinko's eye. Sounds desperate, but it could just be some bored kid trolling us. Calm and confident, Rinko insists on balancing compassion with skepticism in her analytical approach. On the other hand, that manhole is within the vicinity of several recent incidents. Maybe he is involved. She knows what she thinks, but she also knows no one can protect Tokyo all by themselves. Trusting your teammates is the only way to keep everyone safe. What do you make of it, Ed? Ed squints and takes a single deep breath as he turns to the screen. He has something to say, but holds back. Technology is easy. People are hard. Instead of speaking up, he places a small recorder on his desk. He presses play. The audio begins to roll. Ed turns and walks away. I've heard intriguing stories about so-called manhole girls in Japan. Yeah. Vengeful ghosts of bullied students set to trick other children into following them into the sewer, from where they never return. If any information turns up about such anomalies, I'd be keen to investigate. Though I speak purely out of personal interest, it may not be enough to make the rest of my team pursue it without further evidence. Okay, safe to say, since you somehow found the time to record something this specific about a single urban legend that you want to look into, Ed is already engrossed in other work. He doesn't respond. He certainly doesn't notice when Rinko rolls her eyes. He rarely does. Probably best we have no idea how you spend your free time, huh, Ed? Erica's been sitting next to Rinko this entire time, listening and waiting for the right time to chime in. That time is, want me to check it out? I don't think so, Erica. It could be dangerous. What if something happens to you? Seriously? You still don't trust me to go out by myself for 5 minutes in the middle of the day? At just 16 years old, Rinko might not be right not to trust Erica on something dangerous. Jesus. Rinko knows that Erica has shown maturity beyond her years. She gives Erica an almost sisterly look of skepticism. You know it's not that. Rinko quickly turns back to her monitors and away from Erica. But for all her maturity, Erica can't quite keep from pouting. Stop making that face. Besides, we got our own private detective in the vicinity already. I'll have him take a look. This art style is cool. I was kind of hoping this would be like voice acted or something. The stall is brimming as a wide array of customers eat in relative silence. The only sound they make is the slurping of their noodles. Silence breaks when the phone begins to vibrate on the countertop. The owner ignores it, choosing to focus on his meal instead. The phone doesn't care about his hunger and continues to vibrate. Hey, Hummer. The phone wins. The peace and solitude have shattered. There's no way to enjoy noodles. This is no way to enjoy noodles. God damn it. The silent diner finally glances at the screen. He begins to mutter to himself. Another case? These people have me working harder than my enemies ever did. I can't get 5 minutes to enjoy a nice quiet lunch. Let me guess, I'll be risking life and limb. That's why you let it ring for so long? Too scared to pick up? Ha, you know the exact day I stopped being scared of anything. The day you stopped being a loner and hooked up with us so we could have your back? Sure, that works. Besides, I'm not full enough to pretend this team isn't half okay. If you need backup, you know I'll be there, no questions asked. I actually already volunteered, but right now there's nothing dangerous to worry about. It's a simple check-in on a report of some suspicious activity that might be connected to these phenomena we've been looking into. This is Ghostwire, yeah. It's always the simple cases that go south the fastest. You know what? You're right. Maybe Erica should run point on this one. Sure, she's just a kid, but you're busy, so... Whoa, hold up. Let's not sacrifice the rookie to make me look bad. I'm already out. Send me the info. I'll get on it. First, though, I need to talk to one of you about something. Oh. Ed, I guess? Ed, I'm betting you have a file on this already. Got a file on everything. Funny you say that. I have files dedicated solely on listing subjects that don't have more complete files on yet. Want me to pull them up? Just give me the highlights. Unfortunately, what I know about the legend of the manhole girl so far is just that, a legend. There may not be anything else to know. It appears to be a story passed on by kids at sleepovers. Wouldn't be the first time something that isn't supposed to be real attacked me in a dark alley. If you're worried, maybe it's time I return to field work. When I wear my hat, I blend right in a Tokyo crowd. Funny, I would have never marked you for a Tokyo native. Then again, the place is absolutely crawling with tourists, isn't it? Thanks for the insights. I'll take it from here. Ryota doesn't notice the people passing him on the street. They don't notice him either. He is young, but he's very much alone. His focus is centered on the small bit of paper in his hands. After a couple folds, of paper finds familiar configuration. With a head, arms, and body, it takes shape. A palm-sized person stands in his hand. As Ryota inspects his creation, someone who has been observing him from afar steps out of the shadows. What have you got there? Ryota looks up. He's nervous but clutches a paper doll in his hands to stay brave. He's not running or hiding despite the gruff stranger staring at him. No need to be afraid. I'm not here to do anything bad to you or your little friend. Gotta admit, I've been known to carry the odd paper doll with me on investigations. Strange habit, I know. But you get the benefits of a partner without the annoying small talk. Ryota's shoulders ease. He lets his guard down as he listens to the detective re-examines the folded paper. The detective surprises himself with his playful tone. He's rusty, but somehow still feels comfortable talking to the scared kid. Sometimes paper dolls are used for magical purposes. You a sorcerer by chance? Now's the time to tell me. So you really are him, huh? Gotta be more specific, kid. You're KK, the ghost hunter from the files. You must be. I just thought you'd be taller. Thought you were black, man. They say you solve strange mysteries, right? KK? Maybe. The detective looks closely at Ryota's phone. He sees social media posts featuring photos of various case files he's worked on, collected in one place. Look, I only use those initials because writing out my name is a pain, and I got too much pain already. Not your problem, right? Anyhow, that's me, KK. I'm not a ghost hunter. I'm a detective. KK's demeanor hardens a bit, dropping the playfulness. You want an investigator, kid? Well, you got one. I'm so glad you're going to look in the disappearances at the manholes. Here's the thing. I already did. Made some calls on the way here. There's no record of any recent disappearances. Still got a few friends on the force so I can dig up dirt real quick. KK shoots Ryota a serious look. Not trying to pull a fast one on me, are you, kid? It's true. Honest. My buddy Sosuke disappeared. He hasn't come back home since yesterday. Last place I saw him was right back here. Ryota motions to the alleyway behind him. He went down that way. I tried to follow, but I couldn't find him. He was completely gone. If Ryota is bluffing, he's an incredible liar. A sadness comes over him when he looks back toward the alley. KK looks back and forth from the kid to the alleyway behind him. All alleys are dark, but this one looks like it's never seen daylight. See any fog when that happened, the moment he disappeared? Now that you mention it, there's been something spooky around here, like a fog or a kind of fog or darkness, but it came and then went. Alright. KK mutters something to himself as he eyeballs the alleyway behind Ryota. Nothing looks immediately out of place. With so much going down in the city, some kid getting lost doesn't exactly seem like front page news. Press for more info or call the kid's bluff. Info. I need more to go on, kid. Why are you so convinced he was taken? Didn't happen to anyone else around here. But it did happen to my best friend. Sosuke's been missing for 2 full days. Everyone's been looking, but no one can find him. What about his parents? Have they filed a police report? I'm the only one who really cares about Sosuke. I know he needs me. And no one else is even looking for him anymore. Just me. He's lucky to have you. It's like when you saw crows circling above the building in one of the cases you investigated. You knew there was more to it than everyone else. Well, Mr. KK, I know there's more to Sosuke's disappearance. I just need your help. Really did your homework, huh? I'm impressed. You're more dedicated than most adults I know. You remind me of my friend, Erica. She's lost someone too, and she'll never stop fighting for them either. KK takes another glance at the alley. Alright, show me exactly where this Sosuke pal of yours disappeared. Rhoda perks up. So you're gonna look into it? I'm here, ain't I? Let me check in with my team, see if they figured anything out. Could save us some time. KK reaches for his phone. What's up? We're all here. I need a quick word with one of you to follow up on what the kid has told me. Why can't I talk to myself? You know what? Let's do it. On second thought, I'm going to go with my gut. My instincts are usually right. Ryota, it's time to go find Sosuke. Weird. I need to talk to somebody. Myself. Looking good, KK. Nothing looks out of place, but things are rarely what they seem. KK slowly but deliberately reaches his hand out. He's not holding on to anything, but you would think he is the way he's moving. Like he's got something invisible dangling from his fingertips. Ryota has no clue what he's trying to do, but he watches closely. However, what happens next can only be seen by KK's eyes. As KK opens his fingers, a sparkling orb of energy drops from his hands down onto the ground. It ripples like water in a still pond, energy flowing outward into the world. Okay. Strange trail floats into view, as though a spirit has passed through this place. Psychic energy. The trail leads further on, deeper in the alley out of view. Guess he went that way. Puzzled, Ryota follows KK's eyeline down the alley, but sees nothing out of the ordinary. What happened? I don't see anything. Trust me, kid, it's good you can't see it. This is a power you don't want. And you're too young for it, to take a risk like that and change your life forever. The world's a scary place, and it keeps getting worse. We're gonna find your friend and get you back to your life. KK and Rinko are in big trouble this time. Running like rats, desperate to stay alive, with only a dingy old sofa between them and monsters. We better find another exit. Rinko turns to KK, see him holding his head. He appears to be in great pain. Damn, it's happening again. Your body's reacting to the ether. As KK looks in his room, his vision begins to break in half. He tries to focus, but rather than reform, everything continues to split apart even further. Another hallucination, the world is breaking into two. That be crystallized ether, another form of matter. Sounds like your body has entered the final stages of affinity. From thin air like phantoms, these horrific visitors appear, surrounding KK and Rinko. Damn, we're surrounded. Mr. KK? Are you okay? Are you K? KK? Are you okay, KK? Sorry, I find that really funny. Huh? Sorry, kid, my mind can be a little hard to control. You just kind of stood there for a while. Oh, he's that guy. Sometimes my memories take me places. Hate to leave you alone again, but you need to wait here while I look for your pal. Sit tight, I won't be long. A report on Rinko's computer setup flashes on screen. Ed's monitoring software has a hold of something big. The results are clear. Spiritual residue and exactly at KK's location. What is it now? We just received an alert. There was a massive surge of spiritual energy at your location. Hold off on pursuing until we're able to send support. Can't wait forever for you guys. We might have a missing child on our hands. We got plenty of evidence. I know what I'm getting myself into. It's not fair to ask us for help when you think you need us and then use our own words against us when you're too impatient to act as a team. We're in this together. KK decides to address one team member specifically to make his case. Please let me... Yeah, me. Never mind. I'll talk to you later. I'm in the middle of investigating. He never was any good at following people's directions. That attitude of his is precisely what saved our hides on countless occasions. You don't think I realize that? Erica smiles, thinking about KK's attitude. It doesn't bother her. Damn, they're everywhere. KK's eyes dart between the two horrific figures and to some incredibly strange glowing crystals that hover nearby. As he tries to speak, KK wheezes painfully. Rinko, what would happen if someone tried to touch one of those ether crystals? I get your guess is as good as mine. Might give you the power to fight back, might just make you even more miserable. Who can say? What about him? Did it grant him strength? Rinko nods silently. After getting his answer, KK without hesitation stretches out his hand toward the crystals. Wait, stop. Stopping's not an option, not for any of us. You don't know what will happen. It could kill you. And those things won't? We're dead if we don't try something. We aren't out of options yet. You've thrown away everything to fight these monsters, same as me. There's not a goddamn thing left to lose at this point. Before Rinko can say anything else, KK reaches all the way out. Okay. Okay. KK follows the trail of psychic energy deeper in the dark Shibuya alleyway, away from the glow of familiar streetlights and vending machines. His venture into the unseen brings him to a manhole cover where the spirit residue flashes with eerie intensity. The spot is clearly the origin point for whatever spirit is at the center of this mystery. They take you out this way, Sosuke? KK looks around, finding nothing focuses his attention on this haunted manhole. A spectral vision shows KK a lot more than he thought it might, revealing a glowing specter hovering in this dark, dreary place, the spirit of a man in his 30s. A Jibaku-rei. According to Japanese lore, this type of spirit is trapped in a physical location. Okay, Spectre, what's keeping you tied down there? The Spectre seems unable to answer him. Instead, he mutters as if distracted or perhaps completely delirious. Either or, maybe both. Spectres aren't especially concerned with politeness or clarity. Neither of us is going down there until I get some answers. I need to know, what are you doing here, specifically at this manhole cover? Why haunt this place? I thought it was a kid. Just a kid playing around. Just having fun. Alone. I wanted to make sure he was safe. So just be neighborly, eh? Yes. No. Not making friend. Protecting. But he wasn't. It wasn't. It wasn't a kid, though, was it? It was something else. Something lurking in these shadows. Did it die? Or did I die? I think I died. But this isn't what I expected. What was it? Monster? A monster? Spectre points downwards. Underneath, huh? KK stares at the manhole as if though he looks just hard enough, he'll suddenly see what lurks beneath this, in the darkness beneath its cover. He doesn't have to see the Spectre nod to know he's right. It went that way. Before he can pull the manhole cover up to see for himself, the long shadow creeps in from the edge of the alleyway. Did you find something? Snooping around is a detective business. You don't belong back here. I thought I heard you talking to someone. Who's this youngster? Only I can hear you, so don't bother. Only you can hear me? Well, sure, nobody is even here. This is turning into a damn clown show. Kid, I need you to stay here while I go down. It's not safe for you there. Not safe. Not safe. Monster. But how do you know I'll be safe up here? My team's one call away. They'll get here quick if you're in danger. Weren't you just saying something about being in the middle of an investigation, too busy to talk to anyone? Funny you should mention that. I could actually use some help. I believe they call it client services. Who you calling, mister? Are they nice like you, or nicer? Client services sounds more like babysitting to me. If only you would just wait for us to get there. We play the hand we're dealt, and juggling work and childcare has never been my strong suit. I need a little support. Rinko sighs, a long, tired sigh of a frustrated person who knows that in the end, of course, they'll help. She'll always help him, just as he will always help her. And I have a perfect candidate in mind. Me! Wait, I can handle this. It's just one nosy kid. Ryoto, not gonna lie. You come down the sewer, you might not come back up. I really like this idea that he keeps calling his headquarters and just be like, never mind. I'm better. I'm the best for this. My record's pretty good, so either you trust me or we part ways. I only take on clients who have faith in me. What's it gonna be? You gonna let me go down there solo while you wait safely up here? Or is this the end of our professional relationship? I guess I will wait. You guess? Okay, I'll wait. I promise, Mr. KK. Good move, kid. You're a lot less of a pain than some of my other clients. Now to get down there and find your pal Sosuke. Dirty water splashes under KK's feet as he makes his way through the still darkness of Shibuya sewers. The further he goes, the darker it gets, but not because of any change in light. No, this darkness is unnatural. In fact, it's not darkness at all. It's tangible. Dense fog made of spiritual energy fills the air. Toxic, paranormal waste coats the ground and plugs the drains. But the air itself is rejecting him. This corruption flows between worlds and reaches around him, blocking KK's way. How long has it been building up, right below our feet? Is it like this everywhere? As KK goes deeper, the Kagare only increases. There's definitely something here if there's this much corruption swirling around. Nothing I can't handle, though. Alone in the darkness, KK summons his power and... trace the shape. Oh my god. On. Finally, some gameplay. Hell yeah. Cleanses the corruption and return the sewer to its normal state. That's better, minus the stink. With the Kagari now cleared, as if they were waiting for a moment of safety, someone appears. Sosuke, is that you? The small boy avoids KK's look, turning his back and picking at something on the wet ground. Splish, splash, splish, splash. Hey you, kid, you okay? Can you hear me? You hiding from something? Take a bath, take a bath. Come on, kid, this isn't the time or place. Answer me. I'm not trying to scare you, but you gotta work with me here. In the vast darkness of the sewer, the sound of KK's phone suddenly rings out, a tinny chime echoing back and forth around the hollow space. The small boy in the raincoat doesn't seem to notice. He must be very preoccupied. I'm close. I found Sosuke, but I'm worried he won't... Muffled sounds. Down so far, the signal to KK's phone is barely holding on. He can only make out a few sounds and struggles to make out what words they might be forming. Hello? Is anybody there? Rinko, is that you? Ed? Erica? Who is this? Me. Got my hands full here. The call cuts out and the phone is dead in KK's hand. Damn. Enough screwing around, Sosuke. Just like that, finally, as if called by his mother to come to dinner, the child responds. He stands up and turns to KK with his dead, evil eyes. You're not Sosuke. You're the monster. KK raises his hand, calls forth an energy he discovered that day, long ago. The day he found his back against a wall, reaching out and touching the aether crystal. Ever heard of ethereal weaving, monster? God damn it. Shinji Mikami needs to chill. He has no chill. This is so ridiculous. Energy surges into KK's hand, green light winding and glowing, charging around his fingertips.
What a monster!
Exactly. The increasingly bright light glows, illuminating the tunnel. And in that moment, standing in the center of the tunnel, we can see this monster, this raincoat visitor, just in time for it to press a child's whistle into its mouth end. At a stranger's fingertips lies KK, now a prisoner. I need my subject to remain calm or nothing else will get done. Despite being captive, KK flashes the stranger a fierce glare. You son of a bitch. Hello, my new friend. I'm keen to see how useful your vessel turns out to be. The stranger takes something out and holds it in his hand. An amulet, though clearly not simply for decoration. It surges with power. He looks from the amulet back to KK and smiles. As the monstrous little raincoat visitor blows his whistle, he steps back in the shadowy darkness. Running away, huh? But he's not running away at all. In fact, he's only making space for two much larger, more horrifying visitors to show up and challenge KK. I've been waiting to run into you again. Let's go, you bastards. Defensive barrier. A defensive barrier appears in front of KK. An umbrella visitor attacks, but its attack is deflected by the barrier. The barrier is broken. Hell yeah, we could just do this all day. Do you think there's an achievement for just pacifist running it? Probably not. Wind. One umbrella visitor is injured. Okay, one stun talisman is left. Well, now none aren't. Why would a pack of monsters manifest their evil here? Then he sees it affixed to one wall of the tunnel. A wooden tag. Some call it a kifuda. This must be what summoned those things. KK reaches out to take the kifuda down, but as his fingertips approach it, Rinko? God damn it, Rinko. Erica? KK feels a big, quick thump through his body. When he looks down, he sees someone else's arm stabbing through his chest. It's horrifying. Black smoke rushes out of his body. Looking back up, KK sees a man wearing a Hanya mask. You're... Gasp. As KK comes to, he realizes he's in the tunnel again. No, still. He looks at his chest. It's totally fine. No gaping hole, not even a scratch. Sweating, breathing heavy, his mind races. It was a horrible dream. Maybe a vision? He grips the kifuda in his hand. I won't let him get away with this. So hard that it smashes into pieces. At that moment, KK realizes he's not actually alone. Distracted by his fury, he had missed the approach of someone new. Who's there? Surprised, he spins to face this entity, but before he can raise his other hand. Ah. KK emerges from the tunnel to find Ryota waiting with the rest of them. Ryota talks to Erica while Ed and Rinku review something on Ed's tablet device. Ahem. I said ahem. Oh, you're back. Everything go alright? Go alright. I cleared a massive sewer-wide blockage of Kigare, faced off with a pair of umbrella-wielding monsters who wanted to rip my head off. And I survived. Thank you very much. Is that the sewer I smell? Or did you get so frightened that you... I'm glad no one got hurt trying to rush down there and back me up or anything, but hey, that's okay. Looks like you two really had your hands full with... KK waves his hands, motioning to the relative calm of the alleyway. Quiet now, except the sound of Ryota's boyish laughter. Is that all you have to report? Any additional data that you gathered would be great to factor into the post-mission report. Know what? I think I dropped my notepad down there. No matter, I think we got enough. While we're waiting, I ran some tests up here. The results were quite interesting. I'm excited to get back to HQ to review them. So glad I could be of service to you. Next time, maybe don't keep us waiting so long. Two of them return to reviewing Ned's tablet while KK knocks some dried sewage off his shoes. Safely above ground, reunited with his team, KK turns his attention to the original source of all this drama, his young client, Ryota. You were never going to tell me, were you? Sosuke isn't your best friend. He's your dog. He's my dog and my best friend. KK steps back nervously as Sosuke tries to jump in his lap, tail wagging. Oh, calm down. He just wants to be pet. Geez, who would have thought that such a tough-as-nails former detective would have strong phobia around dogs? Don't have to broadcast it, alright? Don't be scared. Sosuke loves everyone. Maybe he should draw the line at loving monsters and following them into the sewer. Ryota hugs his dog and gets a face full of licks in response. KK relaxes slightly, seeing how harmless the little dog is, but still keeps some distance. Thank you so much for bringing him home safely, Mr. KK. Mr. KK? What an adorable alias. When exactly did you start going by this new short nickname, KK? I suppose it has a fun ring to it, not quite so formal as your full name. Before we get too sidetracked, as the lead investigator on this one, you got some paperwork to do. KK. Not sure what's worse, fighting monsters or filling out these damn forms. It's obvious you prefer the fighting to paperwork. KK scribbles out a few quick lines, only Ed can read them. Hey kid, this is for you. Oh, is it a prize for helping you fight that ghost? Almost. It's the bill. Ryo's face sinks when he's left holding the check. Lucky for you, today's work is pro bono. That means free. Consider this your receipt. I'm feeling generous right now. Ryo looks closely at the paper in his hand. It says, The Case of the Cursed Manhole. Extermination complete. KK. Leaning over his shoulder, Rinko lets out an uncharacteristically loud burst of laughter. Oh, now I get it. You didn't choose the name KK. Sloppy paperwork chose it for you. There's a lot in this life we don't get to choose. Call me what you like. Not like I got any use for a real name these days, and definitely not one of my old names. It doesn't matter what anyone calls me so long as I find that bastard. KK's gaze looks fierce as though he's recalling a bitter past. Reflected in his eyes is Ryota, who looks pleased to have received KK's autograph. KK's expression softens up in response. That said, I guess KK is not so bad. Okay. Okay, KK. That was a huge waste of time. What an absolute giant pile of shit waste of time. Well, we saw it through, I guess. Just kind of, I thought it would, so I thought that maybe that was going to explain a little bit of like the story setup or whatever, and it kind of just sets up some of the characters. But whatever. I want to see if there's anything at the end here. The best part of that is how anytime he's like, oh, I wanted to talk to somebody, it was, and then you get to choose one of your team members, but like you count as one of your team members. So you could just play it as like, oh, my guy is just like an egomaniac.